Pre-show?
Pre-show.
Pre-show.
Okay. Happy day. Oh, happy day. Bev, bev, bev. Control center. Phone plugged in. The HDMI, everything's working correctly this time around. I love to see it.
That's good.
So see what we can look at?
That's so nice.
I almost thought about putting the preview up there, and I thought, no.
It's like a whole prompter.
It's like a second behind, and it would get.
Oh yeah, that would just be weird.
We'd get very confused and awkward even faster. Okay, and I'm good there. They're good there. I'm good here. I wish I hadn't finished my other Mountain Dew earlier, but I was thirsty. So see, now I even have this from here.
Wow.
I know.
Look at you.
So I can do this, and then do this, and it will change over there.
So professional.
Thank you, Elgato, for making it free. I mean, granted, as you can see, it's paywalled, right? So I can expand this, and like you can make it take up the entire space if you really want to. Which, I mean, if that could handle changing cameras and wouldn't make it go, 8 gigabytes of memory is not enough.
Is that all that thing has?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. To be fair, no, not to be fair. They shouldn't have put 8 gigabytes in there. However, to Apple's credit, they make it do a lot with 8 gigabytes of memory. Including, like, it can run their local AI stuff.
On 8 gigabytes of memory?
Granted, it's because they have a separate neural processor on those chips. That's why, like, every person that you know that loves AI, they're either super fans of NVIDIA, because, like, NVIDIA's AI is just, whew,
Yeah.
or Apple, because Apple's AI, like, just their raw technology, what they've got available for, like, AI processing is even higher than NVIDIA's. So that's why people go, oh, Apple released new silicon. I freaking love this because it has even more neural processing, which they're able to run in conjunction with its 10-core GPU.
And yet they still put 8. They've upgraded the GPU and the AI.
Now, I will say, all computers now for Apple, they have brought the standard up to 16 gigs.
Wow, 16 whole gigabytes.
We've had this discussion before, sir.
We have. Apple's trash.
They are not trash. They're different for different people. So there's a lot of people that use their Apple devices very well.
That's
and in
true.
fact, some of them make music. Some people also make music on Windows. It's just different strokes for different folks.
That's fair. My computer handles switching cameras just fine.
Also, my Tower PC handles it just as well, but my Tower PC can't also connect to my phone and use it as a camera.
That's fair.
My computer also can't connect to my iPad wirelessly and use that as a display if it wants to.
It's because
There's a lot of good technology that Apple builds into their ecosystem, sir. Every flaw needs to be perfectly shown because every flaw is real.
yes.
Like 8 gigabytes of memory standard, no.
Yeah.
That was bad when it happened. I will fully admit that.
16's still pushing it.
Well, 16, yeah, no. 32 gigabytes should be about standard now.
Because it's really not that hard to put more RAM into a laptop.
No, God, no. So, like, I will not sit here and tell you that Apple is flawless, but I will also sit here and tell you that Apple does a lot of cool shit that Windows does not.
I mean, so did Skynet.
Comparing Apple to Skynet?
Yes.
I would compare OpenAI to Skynet, not Apple. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think either of us is wrong. I think yours is a better comparison.
It's
the connectivity that's Skynet-esque.
That's not Skynet-esque. That's just called being smart. Windows could do the same stuff if they locked down their platform a little more.
Yeah, but they're never going to do that.
No, they won't.
Well, and Android devices are Linux based, and Windows hardly agrees with itself.
Yes.
So it's never going to agree with Linux.
Well, even now, in case you haven't read the news lately, even Google's in order to do some of the stuff it wants, is locking more of its stuff down now too. So like,
Yeah.
some of it just comes with the nature. If you have a set standard of rules you want your devices to work and operate by, sometimes you have to decide that you want more control of the ecosystem.
Yeah,
It's no
that's
different
true.
than what PlayStation did with like the Vita, or like, it's closed systems, but now we're making open systems that are more closed-ish.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, you have a point. I just don't like Apple.
And you're allowed to not like Apple. But I'm also allowed to tell you where Apple does stuff right too and where you're wrong.
I mean, if I had my way, I'd go full Linux, but
I have contemplated it. Listen, it's been one of those weeks. I'll get into it a little bit more, but like where I was just kind of you're kind of like browsing Best Buy. I just kind of want to buy something stupid, even though I know I shouldn't. And like contemplating like buying an AMD graphics card, because AMD drivers play just basically perfectly with Linux, whereas NVIDIA drivers don't really.
yeah.
So if you want to go to a Linux-based build, because to be honest, I'm pretty sure Rocket League runs on Linux, but I don't play that much Rocket League, and like I'm trying to think of what like you can really through, I think what's Wine, I believe, is the layer, basically. It's a translation layer.
Okay.
Where you can play Windows games that only run on Windows, but on Linux. You lose a little bit of performance, but now because of AMD's drivers, Wine and AMD work together quite well, so you don't lose as much performance out of it now. But however, if you play like some multiplayer games that are heavy anti-cheat, or like I don't remember the type of anti-cheat it is, but it's basically like at the kernel level, and it doesn't play well with the translation layer. So that's like the cool people that I watch on YouTube, they will like dual boot. They'll like they'll have a little Windows just for like the 2 games that they play that have anti-cheat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they completely run the rest on Linux.
I've done the dual booting before. I mean, it's not the worst idea.
I used to dual boot on my when I had the
When
Intel, when I had the Intel MacBook stuff, I would dual boot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they made me, when the school made me have a MacBook, I dual booted into Windows.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Because so much of the audio engineering world needs both.
Yeah.
Because a lot of just by watching a lot of music producers that I watch, they're basically evenly split between what platform they use. Are they Fruity Loops? Are they a Ableton? Are they Logic Pro? Or there's quite a few DAWs out there, and a lot of them run on both. But some people just I think it's based off how they have the rig set up too.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot anymore, if a lot of rigs are USB-C based, they can run easily on both. But like some people just like the extra, the extra software that Apple includes for kind of making stuff more efficient, right?
Yeah.
For like transcoding audio and video and that kind of stuff, they might prefer that. There's any reasons that people can choose either one, and they both have good reasons.
Yeah.
I think there's more. I would bet there's more general what's experimental audio instruments that are available for Windows that aren't as readily supported on Mac.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know the ins and outs of the music creation, because I do it. I mean, I don't like Ableton and all that. I don't. I've. It was just regular recording for me.
Yep.
So I didn't have all the fancy MIDI controllers. And you can't play it, don't make it.
I am just doing a quick little double check.
What in the world?
It's a watch mojo.
Watch
10
Mojo.
10 hilariously out of touch YouTuber moments. So I'm guessing that's Tila Tequila or something. And there we are. Cool.
We're actually live.
We're completely and utterly live. So, I think that's enough for the pre-show.
I think so.
That went places I wasn't expecting. Really, cats? No. Link, get off.
They just want attention.
Okay, Zelda, you are not allowed on this sweater. I love my cats.
There you go.
Sometimes they are buttholes.
Link most of the time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what? I'm just gonna go like that. Whoop. All right. I'm gonna take a drink of water here.
What is water?
The thing that our bodies are made out of. Like 60% of our bodies are made out of.
I almost went into that.
My body's 50% Mountain Dew.
Remember the Titans quote where he's like, "Oh, how does it go? Water is for
Sissies? It must have been something that the coach said when they asked for water.
yeah."
Like,
They
during
asked for
practice.
water, and he's like, "Water makes you weak. Water is for washing blood off this uniform." And
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds like something his character would have said in that movie, yeah. And that's a great movie, but oh man. We'll talk about it. I'm currently I want to watch like so many different movies right now after yesterday, so
oh,
yeah, we'll get to it. So I had my water, so that's the end of the pre-show. So, boo. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Just Doing What We Do. Join me, Michael, and my guy,
Anthony, as we catch up with each other on our lives, talk about things we've been listening to, watching, or playing.
If you want to catch up with us, give us ideas, or just, chill with us, like this video, subscribe, please.
Be sure to leave a comment or join us in the chat. And with that,
What are you drinking today?
just regular Mountain Dew.
Straight from the fridge at home, I'm going to assume.
Yep,
Yep.
that's what I had at home.
Very nice, very nice. I've got my normal bevy of bevs. My water mug, complete with Zelda sticker. I've got a beer to crack at some point, and then
It's like
for the dew tonight, I have got Mountain Dew.
the Code Red.
Code Red. Oh yes, it's a. Oh yeah.
Ooh, yes.
It is a classic. I was out getting some. Frankly, I was just out needing to get out of the house today. Like I got home from like lunch. I took a nap. I got up from my nap, and I just kind of went. I need to get out of my house. So I
That's fair.
got gas, filled my tire with air because yesterday it gave me like, oh, you've got like low pressure, aka 28 psi. Which I tell you what, I do love those sensors that tell me when to put air in my tire.
Right?
I love the future. But so I just had to like get out, otherwise I was gonna like just go absolutely insane.
Get some cabin fever.
Yep. So yeah, I just got it while I was out doing all of that. What's been on your phone this week, bud?
What has Well, I've been music-wise. I've been still listening to old school favorites, what I grew up with, Green Day, the old school like punk rock, alt rock stuff, Green Day, Linkin Park.
Fair enough.
Um, still binging Supernatural
Okay.
again. Started that over. Almost done with season 1. And then the usual. What? Go ahead.
No, well, I was just gonna ask. So tell me, as someone who is not, I am aware of what Supernatural is as a show. I never watched it growing up, though I remember it being advertised for being on the CW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it was, UPN, yada yada. I very much remember, because I watched a lot of stuff on cable, or not cable, excuse me, antenna. Because I had a TV in my room, but I didn't have like a satellite box in my room. So all the TV I could watch was via antenna.
Yeah.
So I had, the ABC, the NBC, CBS, and like we got like this like.
It's funny that makes us sound old, but we were right at the end of that era.
Yep, it's really true. We were right at the end of the era. It was in college that like digital tuners started becoming a thing, and I remember at one point I had a tuner that I could plug into one of my old laptops, and I could watch TV on my laptop. And I always remember being at work and watching the Super Bowl on my laptop using that tuner. And then I could also use that tuner to like play video games on my laptop because it had a, I think it was composite. Like you could, like it was pretty basic SD gaming. Like, but I remember like plugging like an Xbox in on a trip, and using my laptop as a monitor to play video games, basically.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're old. We grew up like when some technologies were dying.
Back in my day, Netflix came in the mail.
I remember. Here, we're gonna hop into nostalgia real quick. I remember being on camping trips and having cassettes and like listening to cassettes of my favorite bands, like going to sleep in a tent. And then I remember getting CDs. And then I remember ripping my CDs and downloading other people's CDs.
And then burning CDs. How does one burn a CD?
I made mixtape CDs. I remember. Do you remember the Pepsi? Those Mountain Dew, like the iTunes giveaways. Like you'd get like a Mountain Dew, and underneath there'd be like you could get a code. So much of my music library today is from those because it was during high school. So, and I, being the innocent child that I am, definitely did not learn that you could angle the bottles at like stores and see the codes underneath. You couldn't actually read the codes, but you could see that there was a code and not like a sorry, please try again.
Yeah.
So I would like do that, be like, all right, this is the bottle I'm getting, and do that at like every time we stopped on a school trip when they were doing that. Because I remember that promotion went for like almost like a year. Every school trip in high school for a year when we stopped at a gas station, 2 Mountain Dews, doot doot, just store them, get them, and then you'd go to like go to a what's it called, vending machine, and then you get the bottle and it was like playing the lottery.
Yeah.
But you'd hope, and then with all the downloads, I burnt CDs of every single download of those. I would buy and I would get entire albums just from songs alone because of all the free songs I had saved up.
That's one way to do it. Oh. There's so much nostalgia there. Do you remember when it's now, I think it's now Hobby Lobby. Remember when we had a Hastings in town?
Yes.
Most of my movie collection was when they were doing their buy two get one for like $1 or for like a cent or something like that.
I believe that. Yep.
Most of my DVDs were from that. Just, all right, what 3 movies do I want this time?
Yep.
These 2 and this one.
For a while, I had a phase where I would just buy, like 2 or 3 times a week, I would go to Walmart and go through like their clearance bin of like DVDs.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or like you like get 3 of these for $5 and that kind of stuff. I just, even if they were B tier movies, if I knew I would laugh, I bought them. Now, granted, as you can see, my collection is significantly smaller.
I'm gonna say mine is in a binder, so
At one point, I just, to be fair, it was when I was going through treatments. I just kind of went, do I really need like 250, 300 DVDs? No.
yeah,
Especially when a lot of them I have digitally at this point.
right.
And I don't mean like, oh, I can watch it on Netflix or Hulu. No. I mean, technically speaking, they're on a server that if it got turned off, I wouldn't get access to. So there is that technical flaw. But that's true of pretty much everything nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Until I get my perfect world and I have a server room where I have like a physical, or like have,
I mean, you could get a terabyte hard drive. And
well, I mean, yeah, listen, when I do that, I am gonna do it right.
well, that's
Like
fair.
I'm building a
Dedicated server.
like a dedicated server with its own encoding and decoding card, and it's like set up in like RAID 2.5, so like it's got redundancy after redundancy.
Yeah.
Just because if it's a media server that I'm using for music and audio, that's the same thing. Music
that
and
is-
video,
yeah.
yeah. Music and video, like it's gonna be on a lot because that's like what I do.
Yeah.
Well, not what I do, but it's how I live.
Right.
Like I always have something on, whether it's YouTube or whatever. Anyway, where
You were
music.
well. You were going to ask me about Supernatural.
Supernatural, right? Because I want to know what more about Supernatural. Because I never got right. Because we went on a super long tangent. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's the premise is two brothers who grew up. They're called hunters. It's just basically like all your supernatural stuff, like your ghosts, your vampires, werewolves. I think it's in the first couple episodes they hunt a Wendigo. Like it's just the general like supernatural
beings.
stuff that they go out and hunt, and eventually over time it builds a lore and they get into bigger stuff. There's like demons and angels, and there's like an overarching narrative.
Yep.
Because in the I'll spoil it because it's the first 5 minutes is the basically it starts with it's mom, dad, two brothers, two young kids. One's a baby. Mom dies in a very not natural way, and that's when dad decides he's going to figure out what did it and hunt it down and brings the boys along. Then they
Gotcha.
grow up, take on the family business, and they're still
We hunt monsters too.
I don't remember because it's been so long. I don't think they figure out what did it in season 1. I don't remember.
So you're basically you said you're just finishing season 1.
Yes.
So what lore is there up to where you are at this point, or is there any lore? Is it basically just kind of like we just hunt monsters or is what you told me basically the lore up to this point?
It's basically the lore. It restarts with the youngest boy wanted to live a normal life, so he left. He was at college, and then his brother comes back because his brother and his dad were off doing their thing, hunting, and Big Bro comes back and he's like, I don't know where Dad is. You should help me find him.
Yep.
And then they work one case nearby, and I forget why. But while they're gone, Little Bro's girlfriend dies in the exact same way that Mom died. And so he's
Ooh.
like, all right, well I guess
then.
we're doing this.
Yep.
So Like it's most of the episodes are like, all right, we've got this one big bad we need to figure out. There's a little bit of like,
Procedural in that regard,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a little bit of like we're looking for dad undercurrent and the things that we do. There's a couple episodes where it's like, well, we just got a text from dad that we should go to this spot and do this thing, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So it's telling the story more through side plots at this point.
Yeah. I did just hit what I'll call the third act of season 1, where they've met a character that is now will be semi-recurring, and dad reappeared, and they're kind of like in the end of figuring something out, kind of thing. So it's more of the main plot heavy part of season 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it kind of, I mean, even in the later seasons, it follows that formula where you have there's a little bit of the overarching plot in each episode, but for the most generally, it's like they have this. I want to say later seasons, it's less so, because they're all. It's like, here's our goal and here's all the steps that we need to do to make this goal, and each episode is one of those steps, as opposed to earlier seasons where it's like, well, this is the goal, but we don't know, like, we have to find dad, but we don't know where he is, so in the meantime we're just gonna save people and do work until something happens. So
Gotcha.
with a little bit of plot building in each one. So, but yeah, it's mostly the earlier seasons. It's mostly like your generic ghosts, poltergeists. They haven't run into vampires yet, but your generic. The later seasons get real heavy into the angel demon thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's the premise of the whole show.
Nice. I'm gonna pause you for 1 second because I can tell a cat kind of bumped my stick. It's not as, if you look, it's not just quite centered.
Not quite centered.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fix that real fast here.
I believe in you.
I believe in me too. So my apologies, everyone.
Cats.
I love them, but they're, sometimes they're kind of dickheads. Okay, so we're just gonna very carefully.
So it looks pretty close from here, but I can't. I'm also way over here.
It's so close. Like, I probably am good with that. And then I mess it up.
And then you ruin it completely.
I had one job and I ruined it. That looks Hey, someone needs to take his medicine.
Yeah, it's an old alarm.
I don't need that meth anymore. I'm not that crazy.
So yeah, what about you? What's been on your phone this week?
Oh, well, so, been listening to, so last Sunday, I just wasn't feeling like going to church. So then I was told by several people that I should listen to last Sunday's podcast of the sermon. So I listened to that. Then I listened to, well, like today, when I was out just doing like errands, it was basically all the war on drugs again. Just because it's kind of just, I like that kind of style, indie, alternative, rock, very atmospheric, I suppose. But then, like, on Friday? Yes, Friday. Kiefer Green released a new mixtape while I was working. So, like, it was great. So I was like, yep. As soon as it, premieres, I was just, listening to it live. And
Nice.
very enjoyable. I'm trying to think for music. I think for audio, that's mostly covers it. Otherwise, I listened to Chris Van Vliet this week. I found myself watching more Chris Van Vliet as a shower thing, because I don't always have to watch it. If I'm washing my body, I can watch it.
Yeah.
But like when I'm like washing my face or my hair, it's more easy to be like, cool. I don't have to worry about anything because I can still capture everything. You
Yeah.
know. And because I just enjoy that podcast because he's a more, at least when it comes to my wrestling news and just entertainment, out like kind of tertiary entertainment and wrestling, like he's been one of my favorite podcasts to listen to just because he's such an upbeat and positive guy. Like I personally take some of his stuff that he's like done, like he starts his day and ends his day with 3 things that he's grateful for. And like I don't always do that perfectly, but like there's a lot of days I'm like, all right, I need to think about things I'm grateful for today. And like granted that isn't just him, like that's a mindset sort of dealio, but like it is one of the reasons why I appreciate his podcast. Just because he's a more positive person, and there's some podcasts that I listen to that they're more, what's the word I want to look for? They are more cynical. They're a little more cynical with their wrestling takes, and they have every right to be cynical, but sometimes it's not for me.
Yeah.
So, outside of that, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Like today, when I was at home, I was watching Ray play through Majora's Mask.
Nice.
And I've been
Speaking of nostalgia.
right. It's such a fun game. And I've been watching a lot of Games Done Quick did a Oops All Metal Gear Solid. So like they played like every Metal Gear Solid game. I think there's they skipped a couple that are less canon. But then they also played like one game that was technically canon and it was only available on the N-Gage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. But like, so they upload that to YouTube. So I've been kind of watching that because each video is like 7 hours long. So it's 14 hours of content, perfect to kind of like just put on right before you go to sleep. Watching that. Football yesterday. I'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of.
I'll talk about more in a little bit. Yeah, I think that mostly covers it. Music, podcasts. I haven't been watching a whole lot of Twitch this past week. Just because,
Yeah. See, I usually turn it on while I'm at work, and I'll put it in my ear, so I'll listen to it. I won't necessarily watch it when I'm listening to it, because it gives me something to not really focus on, fill the dead air.
Yep.
It's
just something to kind of like put
entertaining.
voices in the background that you don't really have to listen to, but it's better than
Yeah.
my bones.
And I do interact some while I'm at work during like breaks and whatnot, but
Yeah.
it breaks up the monotony of my job.
That's fair. Like that is definitely why I tend to put on podcasts and that kind of stuff when I'm working, just because like one, sometimes I'm driving and I can't really put on a Twitch thing.
Yeah.
It's easier to put like a podcast on, and then when I'm home, sometimes like I've already got like YouTube on instead, to be honest. And like sometimes I put that on because it's stuff like I've already like watched, so I'm able to like leave it a little bit lower and do something else.
Yeah.
Or like some nights case, I'll actually have like maybe I might have a game on one screen. I'll have just like a video on this, just like some YouTube video. But then on my Mac, I'll actually be like kind of editing something. Like the other night, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3. And sometimes I would like pause the cutscene, do some editing, then something would just be playing there, get the editing done, unpause the cutscene, kind of watch the cutscene, get back to video, and I would just fully ADHD out, but yeah. So I get it. Also, plus it just makes it easier when you have to press the export button, then you just have to watch the little thing go boom.
Right.
But yeah. I kind of got into it, but I want to let
Yeah.
you get the floor first. What have you been playing this week?
Speaking of nostalgia, I've gone full nostalgia mode, and I've been playing. I restarted Metroid Fusion,
Ooh.
and
Oh.
I started it on. Uh, I started playing it on like original hardware.
Okay.
I had my Game Boy Advance SP out, and then I decided to just switch back to the uh, Virtual Boy on the Switch.
Yeah.
So, or Virtual Console.
Yep.
So I've been playing it on that. But yeah, Metroid Fusion.
Still play that. I missed that game. That was one of my, well, I shouldn't, it is still one of my favorite Metroid games. It's still one of the Metroid games that scares me the most. Because the Samus X version or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the Samus X is scarier than Dark Samus.
Oh, easily. And I thought Dread was close to emulating some of like the like anxiety,
Yeah.
but man, Fusion just nailed it. Plus, I have memories of buying. Well, I remember did the SP. I think the SP had the backlight, right?
Yes, SP has backlight.
Before I had an SP, I had the regular Advance, and that did not have a backlight.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically buying one of like those little front magnifier Screen Plus lights, just so I could play Fusion at night on the road.
I think
while we were traveling.
I had it was like because I didn't have the magnifier. I had the little reading light thing. So it plugged into the back, and then there was like a little spiral, and the light like sat above the thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, speaking of nostalgia.
When I got that, oh man, I will tell you that was my favorite thing about the SP though. When
honestly,
I got that thing,
the
I was
SP
like, oh.
is probably the reason why I like this phone so
I
much.
could, I can believe that on a lot of levels, sir.
Because yeah, I need to do some TLC to my SP because one of the trigger buttons doesn't quite want to work.
Yeah.
But it still runs, still charges, still plays games.
I have my original like Advance back there. If you've ever seen it in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know where my SP is. I remember at one point it like broke, and I think I just kind of got rid of it. But like, I remember getting so much use out of that just because of the backlight.
Yeah.
Like because like going on planes and that kind of stuff with that, it was just like, you could entertain yourself for a flight and just have your entertainment in your pocket.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, who needs to bring a bag with their entertainment?
I actually knew someone who I won't name names, but I mentored under him for one of my career fields that I ultimately left. But he was an IT specialist, and and a lot of like doing IT for companies is installing operating systems. And if you've ever installed Windows, it's a lot of sitting around doing nothing. It's kind of like
installing
compiling code.
any OS is that really. It's
And so he carried with him a Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color. He carried around a Game Boy Color.
Wow.
With the original
Pokemon or something?
Pokemon TCG. And that's what he would play.
Pokemon TCG?
Yeah. There was a Game Boy Color game, Pokemon TCG.
I did not know. I believe it, but I also did not know that.
It's on the Virtual Console, too. But yeah, that's what he would... And it would just sit in his car, and then when he had to, install, like, a room of OSs, that's what he would play.
Hey, more power to him. That's kind of cool. Now I'm thinking about all like the little technologies that Nintendo did their handhelds. Street Pass. Street Pass was
Street Pass.
the best.
See, and that's I know Nintendo's. Actually we can get into this later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Is I mean, I played. So I did a little bit of Faz this week, and then since I've got the trophy, if I get around to streaming, my schedule's all wonky this week. So I'll probably stream Tuesday. It'll probably be 7 Days to Die.
Nice.
But Friday, the new Phasmophobia map drops. So that's probably what that will be.
Oh, and the new Amanda the Venture drops too.
So
Pretty soon too. I think maybe even this week.
But yeah, when I'm not doing those, it's been Metroid Fusion.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, what about you?
Mostly Silent Hill F on stream, I think. 'Cause I didn't. Well, like, last night I tried to play something like after my day yesterday. We'll get to it later. But like when I got home, basically last night from everything, I was just like, I wanted to try to play something, but I just couldn't play anything. I didn't have the brain power. Like I was literally like scrolling through like my Steam library, like play this, like play for a few minutes. Nope, that's not it.
Yeah.
Besides that though, I guess I bought Dispatch.
Oh, is that new
Visual novel game?
Oh, no,
It's
no,
not really visual novel. It's made by a bunch of people who used to work at like Telltale.
Okay.
So who did like the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, Wolves Among or The Wolf Among Us or whatever. They did a lot of those like interactive storytelling games, like where they did like the meme. That person will remember that, That comes from those games. So, but it also has like a lot of some streamers in it. So it has like Moist Critical's the voice of one of the characters. Jacksepticeye is one of the voices of the characters. Alana Pierce is a voice of the character. But like the main character is voiced by Aaron Paul of Breaking Bad fame. So, and I'm trying to remember who I saw play it first, but I watched them play it, and then I watched Jack play it, and I was like, oh, I actually really want to play this game, because it's kind of one of those kind of games that I like playing. So I picked that up, and I've been playing that in my spare time a little bit. Spare time. AKA when I really should be sleeping at night.
Right.
And then I wake up in the morning going, why am I so tired? Oh, right, because I was up till like 1:30 playing Dispatch. Oops.
The good old adult life.
Yep. When you make choices, you have to live with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or blame someone else if you can.
It's true.
Not really. But yeah, I played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 3 on like one of the nights, but not even that much. Literally just was like, all right, I'm going to start this New Game Plus and get like all the Karotans and Gakkos or something like that. I don't remember completely what they're called, but they're like basically little collectibles that you can shoot while you're playing.
Okay, yeah.
And if you get them all, you get the stealth suit, which basically makes you invisible. So, yeah.
Nice.
So eventually I'll get that, but that's all I've been playing this week, basically. Excuse me. I've got something in the back of my throat, and it is the worst.
Oof. That's on the internet forever.
Oh, all right, I'm back. And it's not any better, but here we are.
I could say some things, but I'm not going to.
Please don't. Please don't.
This is a PG show. Family friendly.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, it's still there, and it's the worst. And my good cough drops are in the car. AKA the ones that it's the I don't remember the brand, but they're everyone's brand. They got like the menthol and the stuff that just like cools your throat and then like kind of numbs it a little bit. Like, oh, it's so good. You take one of those and whatever in your throat, you'll be able to cough that thing up. Anyway, how's your week been?
It's been all right. Went to Chicago. I think that was this week.
That was this week.
Yeah. That was fine. I mean, it was just Chicago for class. Class was fine. It was whatever. Didn't really do anything exciting while I was there. Just kind of there and back. Other than that, I mean, what did I do Thursday and Friday? Well, I streamed Thursday. There's a lot of trying to get that badge or the trophy done before the event ended.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, as far as updates, because I spent most of it in Chicago, so you know, Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday night really didn't do anything. Yeah, super exciting week for me.
What did you do last night that had you waking up at like 5 p.m. today? I'm curious.
Well, okay, so watching Supernatural, I've been
okay.
I've been working on that model that I've got.
Then talk about it.
I mean, it's because it's the same company that I got the big R2D2 from.
Yeah.
Fan Home, which they're not the company that makes them. They collect them and then they distribute them.
Yeah, interesting. Do they make the instructions for how to make it then, I'm guessing?
Well, honestly, I'm not 100% sure how it works because it's a subscription service. So you get you can decide like what tier of subscription, like for R2D2, I think I did like it was like they break the whole thing down into like R2D2 was like 100 issues. This one is 120. And then you can decide do you want 5 in a box? I think I got this one is 11 in a box, and then they price each issue depending, if you buy more at once, you get it for a little bit cheaper. But then you're paying for all of the ones that you get at a time. Mm-hmm. So, but then, you get those, and it comes in steps, and there's, on their website, there's instructions. The R2D2 one, I actually had, like, paper instructions. They also do a PDF that you can look at online. Okay. This one is just the PDF. I didn't get any paper books. But yeah, and you just go through step at a time, assemble this piece, and it's just basically a fancy model, and they've got like, I think one of their big ones is they've got the Iron Man suit.
Dang. Like out of Lego pieces?
No, it's like, it's full, like, so R2D2 was like, there are metal pieces, there are plastic pieces.
Oh.
Fully remote controlled.
So this isn't a Lego thing, it's just a model thing.
It's a model thing.
Oh, okay, my bad. I misunderstood.
So.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, the R2D2 one had like a camera,
all that stuff.
Could play sounds, you can control it on your phone. It'll do its own thing, move around, your basic AI.
Gotcha.
Remote control thing.
So basically, okay.
This one is just more, because it's the Power Rangers Megazord.
Nice. Okay.
This.
Never mind. Well, I'm saving that for later.
This one is just lights, and they're controlled by a little remote control, but it's like your basic, like, it has the buttons, and you press the button and it just your stand, almost like your car RGB kind of light system. That's all it has, but it's it's big.
Yep.
So it's gonna stand like 2 feet tall when I'm done with it, and they're all individual pieces. So, I'm making each of the 5 Zords, and then they're fully functional. Um, put them together, make the big one. So slowly been assembling that. I think I'm halfway done.
Gotcha.
I still have a couple issues to get in the mail, but they should be here by the time I can get to them.
Nice.
But because it takes. I mean, it's full like screwing stuff in.
Are you doing any soldering or anything like that?
No
Okay.
soldering. Just
Darn.
yeah, screws and glue but yeah, it's a full on. I mean, it's not small, and it's definitely like adult money kind of thing because it's not cheap.
I imagine.
I think which it helps that it's like over time, because I think the R2D2 one took me, because of how it was broken down. Essentially, it was like 22 months. So you get a box every month, and then you get so many issues in a box,
Gotcha.
and you slowly put it together. And yeah, I forget how many, because I think it'll be about a year for the whole, because I'm getting about 11 issues in each box, and it's 120 issues total. The first couple and the last 1 or 2 are, because they do like, your first box is like the first 3, because you get like the first 1 for like $1 or something, like that's how they hook you in. Yep. And then they build up to the 11 per, and then the last one is like whatever's left over kind of thing. Yeah, I think R2D2 by the end of it cost me like $1,500. But he stands like 2 foot tall.
I mean, yes, that's cool, but
I mean, it was over the course of almost 2 years.
that
So
does make it more palatable.
I didn't spend all of that all at once. But fully remote control, like lights and sounds. It's definitely a collector's item kind of thing. So, but that's what I was working on last night.
Gotcha.
So
That's fair, and that makes sense that it would. Yeah.
yeah.
It could make anyone hyper focus and accidentally stay up too late.
Oh yeah.
It's fair enough. So.
So yeah, that's been my, and I thought about recording it and or streaming it, but it's kind of, I like just being there by myself and just doing it.
It was kind of a little bit of recharge time or something.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'll definitely show it off when it's done. Because it's definitely, I mean, even to play into the nostalgia thing, I mean, because I've got the original toy when it first came out.
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to, the original Tyrannosaurus is probably about the size of like one of these one of your statue guys. Like not super big. This one, like the body of I haven't done the legs or the tail yet, but the body and the head is like that big. It's huge.
Wow.
And it's fully articulated, and yeah, the eyes light up kind of thing. So it's not like the most fancy electronics, and I probably won't. It's more for like the size of the model and the articulation. And they're like, there's a lot of plastic pieces, but there's a lot of like metal die cast pieces as well.
Gotcha.
So it's been my little recharge project.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was working on last night. And it's, at night I'll usually get a few stages in and work on that project as I Because yeah, it takes a while. But yeah.
Nice.
So other than that, yeah. Playing Metroid Fusion, going to Chicago, work. Yeah. What did I do this weekend? Oh, I did get to drill holes in walls.
Yeah, I saw your mom posted something.
Yeah. So they got a TV, one of those like thin, like it came with a little like
Picture frame.
faux, yeah, picture frame TVs. So they got that.
So they got a Samsung the frame basically, or they got the Insignia version of it. I think.
It starts with an H. It's a brand I've never heard of before.
Hisense.
Yeah. So they got that.
Yeah, that was a Best Buy brand.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So they got one of those, and then they wanted, they sold the old internet. So next time you go over there, they sold the
Your
old.
mom invited me for Elf, so
Yeah.
when that happens.
I guess technically they didn't sell the old. They still have it. It's in the garage now. But they got rid of the old entertainment center for a new one that they got. Kind of like the same idea as what you've got going on.
But probably much better looking. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like how that is necessarily, but
Yeah. You also have but she also wanted it to look like an actual, like it was just a picture.
yeah.
So, granted, I only had 3 cables to run:
Yep.
power, audio.
Did it have a control box, or is it running everything locally on the TV?
It's a Roku TV, so it runs everything on the TV.
Okay.
The only thing that's externally connected is a DVD player.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So like there are some, so like for reference, right? There's a Samsung. They make a similar TV where it's called the frame, but they make it like so thin that actually like all like the processing is done like with a separate controller box.
Oh,
and
I
then
gotcha.
then you run a cable from that box to the TV.
Gotcha.
So then like all the HDMI and everything plugs into like this control box.
So it's basically just a screen.
It's just a screen, yeah.
No, this one is all local.
Gotcha.
Internal. It has its own speakers, kind of thing, but they run an external sound bar.
At least they do that.
So yeah, I only had 3 cables to run. So there's a hole in the wall behind the TV and a hole in the wall behind the
entertainment center.
little buffet entertainment center thing.
Yep.
So we did, I think last weekend I set it up kind of so they could at least see what it looked like and use the TV. And then yesterday was the final like hole drilling and running of the cables. And
so you just did a hole drill. Did you do you didn't do like a in-wall box kind of dealio where it like almost has like its own. It almost looked like a gang box basically.
Yeah, no,
but you can just run cable. You just did a basic hole drill and. Boop, boop.
Yeah,
I've done the exact same thing. I was just curious how fancy you went.
No, with that. Well, one, I mean it's already a placed wall, and I didn't. It's got insulation in it, and it's an external wall.
Okay.
It's a sort of external wall. I don't know where, because the garage, it's that wall where the garage is. So
so it might be external, but it might be.
There's also
for all we know, it could be a little bit of both.
Could be a little bit of both. Wherever the peak of the garage comes in, and then there's a fireplace in there somewhere. So, but I definitely had to fight with insulation while I was in there. But yeah, it was just basically because it was only 3 cables, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of getting an HDMI and an audio jack and wiring up all that. So it was just. That's all that they're going to have. They might add something else later, which at that point, instead of running more HDMI cables, because it only has like 4 HDMI ports anyways, just get an external HDMI switcher and do it that way.
For most people, 4 is more than.
Oh, yeah. But, so yeah, it was just, the optical audio cable, Link, you asshole. An HDMI cable, the audio cable, and a power cable. He needs attention.
You are a butt. This is your attention. You get to be a shelf for the iPad. If you can handle it, you can stay. If you can't handle it, I recommend moving. You're a dick. Love you, but you're a dick. All right, you're lying down. All right,
Anyways.
well, yeah, that's right. You move. Good boy. All right.
So yeah, that was my Saturday night. Oh, we did do trick or treat, or we passed out candy Friday night.
Yeah.
So I hung.
Beggars night or whatever the
Yeah.
bloody hell they call
So, yeah, that was my week. What about yours?
it. Let's see here. Most of the excitement of this week was yesterday. Yeah, because I didn't have my kid for trick or treat. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, dude, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are just so fast most of the time. Like it's just kind of like work to kid activity to something else to like there's always something. Well, now this week we're going to a basketball game on Wednesday because my GM texted me randomly this afternoon. He was like, "Hey, would you want 2 tickets to a women's basketball game on Wednesday?" And I went, "Sure." He's like, "What time is it?" 6:30. Yeah, I can make that work. So this coming Wednesday is gonna have another just like from one thing to another thing to another thing to then another thing and then probably to like bed, right? So like it's just like oh. Anyway, but this week, wasn't a whole lot going on until yesterday. So Des and I went to the football game yesterday, and we went tailgating. Well, we went. His one of the kids that he plays soccer with, that he has played soccer with for like the past few years. His dad they have a spot at the haunted forest lots.
Okay.
So when I bought tickets, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to this game. You know, could we come hang out at your tailgate? Most of the time his son's there. So I was like, yeah, they can hang out, and then I can kind of hang out with adults and do whatever, and then go to the game, all that kind of good stuff. But so we get there. His kid has been enticed by grandma time and free bebops. So, so he's like, "Kid, my son's probably not coming. Sorry." And I was like, "It is what it is." Like, it's like, "Des, can you understand grandma time and bebops?" "Yeah." "Do you blame him?" "No." "Okay." So, but and I asked them beforehand. I was like, "What should we bring to the tailgate?" And he's like, bring donuts." So we brought like 2 dozen donuts, and just oh, it was a lot of fun. But because it was a noon game, I picked up my son at like 7:45. Then we came here, kind of got dressed and ready to go. Went and parked at the Christian school lot. Christian school.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we walked from there to their tailgate. Did that. We were at their tailgate from like I'd say 8:30 to like 11 something.
Okay.
And the entire time, like I'm not complaining. I'm speaking as a divorced dad who does not get his son all the time, right? Like the only thing he wanted to do the entire time was play catch with the football. And since his friend wasn't there, like that's on me to entertain him. Like it's dad. This is now. Yes, we're hanging out at this tailgate, and we're very fortunate for all that kind of stuff. But this is all about us time now, and
Yeah.
it's not about getting him time with his friends while I get a little bit of adult time. It's just, all right, this is what it is. This is what it's adjusted to.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I enjoyed it. Like I still got some free food. You know, they had a bunch of soups at their tailgate, so I had some broccoli cheddar. That was, oh, so.
Nice.
I didn't think I would be a. I didn't think I would be a soup for breakfast kind of guy. Cause like we got there, like keep in mind we're there at like basically breakfast time. Like it's 9. You know, by the time that I think we started like cracking open the food. After you get all the awkward introductions, oh, this is his son's friend with my son, and this is how and this is how this, and there's some other people I know through soccer as well. But
Yeah.
after you get done with all that awkward, all the awkward introductions, so we had fun, and that was. I wish it had been a little bit warmer, but we had fun, and like we were dressed for it. Like I had thermal layers. I made him put on like a couple of his, like his a pair of pajama pants and shirt, like underneath everything, and
Yeah.
we had hand warmers. We were set. Like we were never really cold. Like even towards the end, he's like, my feet are cold. I was like, here's my hand warmers. Put your hand warmers in your shoes, because he got his hand warmers while we were at the tailgate, so they were going to be less intense. I was like, put those in your shoes. Take my hand warmers. I'm good at this point, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the football game was the football game. I can't talk about it. I'm not some person who ever played the sport. I'm just a fan. But it was fun to go to at least one game, even though the results sucked. And there were moments, but I don't really want to talk about that moment. All I'll say is it was the most quiet I've ever heard Jack Trice Stadium in ever. Ever. It was, you could hear people like in stands across it, like yell something encouraging or whatever, right? And like, she's just like, I've never been able to hear someone over there on that side of the stadium from over on this side of the stadium so clearly. So, but you know, there's also good news with that the other night too. So, like,
Yeah.
but then we went from football, and we walked back to my car, came here. We were here for a little bit. We were probably here for a little over an hour. I spent a little bit of time, like, we got back, got undressed, redressed, you know, spent a little bit of time here because yesterday was also my mom's birthday. So we got dressed, got chained, all that kind of good stuff. I took like a little 15-minute nap on the couch. I was just like, he was watching something and playing Minecraft on the Switch. So I just like was like, all right, I'm gonna close my eyes for like 15 minutes. Closed my eyes for 15 minutes. Went over to my parents. Then we went to Wasabi. We went to Wasabi for my mom's birthday, which was great. I love Wasabi. Well, I shouldn't say it. It's not necessarily that I love the restaurant. I love sushi.
Yeah.
And I got spice. I got the shrimp tempura roll and a spicy yellowtail roll or something. I don't remember the full name of the roll, but it was so good, and I was so happy because like it had been a while since I'd last had sushi, but I remembered how to hold chopsticks, and I was like, yes, I'm so good. I'm so proud of myself because until I went cheap, well, relatively cheap, until I considered ordering sushi for dinner tonight again, just because like I want more sushi. Right. It's so good.
It is so good.
But yeah, and then by the time we got done with that, we went to my mom. We went back to my parents, had cupcakes because mom's birthday. You just want, you know.
Yeah.
Once you get certain to an age, you don't really want cake. You just want cupcakes, and you're just like, yep, cool, we're happy with this. So we got cupcakes, and then I had to drive Des back to his mom's because technically this is a weekend where she had him. Like she was gracious and let me have him for basically the entire day.
Yeah.
Because I basically got him in the morning, and then he didn't get back till like almost. It was like 8:45, I think, by the time I dropped him off, and he was
Oh,
tired.
I bet. That's a day that would make me tired.
Oh yeah, like I was like that. That is why when I got home, I was like, I need to decompress from this day because I like once again, there's a part of me that was wanting like some adult time, and that didn't happen. So like, I'm in this like extra like I need to decompress, and because it's just such a sucky game, and
Yeah.
there were things about that that really ticked me off. Like as soon as it rained, all the people that sit in the end zone where they have to donate lots of money to get there, basically all like escape to inside because
Oh,
as
yeah.
I put it on as I put it so eloquently on Twitter, I get it. They're loaded and they want to get more loaded.
Yeah.
I understand why you want to go inside, but also the rest of us are out here just fine. Like we put on ponchos like real humans.
Yeah.
We didn't just go. Excuse me, I'm gonna go buy another beer and ranch from inside the special fancy place for me.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not. I wasn't super thrilled about that, but yeah, that's why I came home. And I was like, I want to play a game, but I don't have any like brain power to play a game. Well, and I was good. I wanted to play Megabonk, but I'd played Megabonk at some point. I don't remember when, but it hadn't sunk to Steam. The Steam cloud hadn't sunk up.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to play just for the eventually just to merge and lose whatever I played anyway. So like, throw up your hands and go, well,
Yep.
crap.
Yeah.
So I watched I watched YouTube and then I just like went to bed and here we are.
Yeah.
So that's been my week. Um, we've kind of been touching on nostalgic memories as we go, but do you have anything like any Halloween memories you maybe want to
We
touch
did
on?
we did discuss while I was over there chatting about Halloween's past and ran over or talked over some of the costumes that I've worn over the years that I didn't even remember.
Yep.
Um, so I mean, yeah, just remembering, and even to myself remembering, because I remember going out on Beggars Night and going to different neighborhoods, and
Yep.
I feel like, and this was the thought that I had because I was sitting there like I feel like because we were outside for a moment and I was watching and maybe it's the neighborhood that we're in. Um, I imagine some of the nicer neighborhoods,
Yes.
the like
More
like
opulent
your
neighborhoods.
like your Northridge areas. I feel like they're probably busier, and I feel like I had trick or treated in a couple of those before, and it in times past it felt like it was
Was there not a lot of foot traffic?
there was not a lot of foot traffic. Like it seemed like it used to be busier, and I don't know if that's just the neighborhood that we're in is not,
Your neighborhood might be a little bit on the gentrified side at this point.
yeah. And then there's also the whole, that I'm sure there's a term for it now, but everything seemed bigger back then than it is now that
Also
we're bigger.
true, yes.
Like, did it just seem busier because I wasn't actually paying attention to the whole thing? It was just our little group and what we were doing, and like
And you were focused in on your little world.
yeah. So has it? Yeah, and I don't have a frame of reference for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I could ask my parents, like, was it as busy back then when we were doing it? But who knows? But yeah, it was, thinking back to some of my old costumes and trick or treating and being outside and
Yeah.
going around and Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of trick or treating?
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah. I don't know. I have this really weird, like, so I can tell you, like, when we lived in this area before, like, I have memories of us going to a Halloween party. I would have been so stupidly young. But it was a Halloween party, and all I remember is we were Flintstones themed. Like, I don't remember who my parents were, but they were Flintstones themed, and I had like a. I think maybe I was Bam Bam or something. I can't tell you all the specifics, but I do have a very like specific, vague recollection. Right, like
Yeah.
there was a Halloween party when we were living here in this area before we moved to the other area of the state. When we moved to the other area of the state, like we did Halloween stuff. Like I very specifically remember doing like, going out and getting candy and walking around a neighborhood, getting in a car, driving to another neighborhood, getting more candy, then driving to another neighborhood and getting more candy and yada yada. And that was kind of the thing, right? And
Yeah.
I remember doing that, and then I also remember like the church themed Halloween stuff where like you're going and you're bobbing for apples and you're
Yeah.
getting little party favors, and then they're calling it beggar. I mean, I don't even think they were calling it Beggar's Night. They were just calling it like some other thing to be.
Yeah.
I got no shade again. I get it, but it's also not what I would do personally. But like, so I remember all sorts of things like that, and now and like I also remember like in my college days, like going. I didn't do a whole lot in my college days. Like in my college days, Halloween was I would either be working
Or partying.
but even then I didn't go to a whole. Like, well, it's not that I didn't go to a whole lot of them. It's just that none of us were really frat people, right? So it's not like we would get invited to frat parties, and
Yeah.
we were connected. We had friends that were connected-ish that we would go to, like, we could go to a few house parties, but like sometimes for us Halloween was like I very distinctly remember. I'm gonna get in trouble, maybe. I think we were 21. I think.
For the purposes of this podcast, we were 21. Or he was 21.
So we did it once for my friend's birthday, but then we did it again for Halloween, where we made batches of Everclear apple pie. And we walked around the dorms but so this is what we did, right? So that we were, well, I was a student at DMAC at the time, technically. They were in Linden Hall.
Okay.
So those are like the kind of like, it was 4 people. You basically there were 2 bedrooms where they kind of have, they're more dorm style. You'd have like bunk beds and space for desk. Then they would have a community little room.
Okay, yeah.
With like just a bathroom. So they would share a bathroom.
Gotcha.
And then they'd each have 2 people to a bedroom, a little community space. But then their hall would have like a community room with like a kitchen, and you could do like you could do hall events there, what was it was Linden. Oh, I don't remember. I say our house name. I spent so much time there. Like I was honorary member of that house.
Nice.
I Kuvlace, Linden Kuvlace. Because at one point I had sweatpants. Because like they bought, like they had like house merch, like they bought like house like merch for like that kind of stuff. Like, do you want something? Like, sure. Anyway, so we used like that kitchen area, and we bought Everclear. We would buy Everclear by the handle, and then buy liters, and then buy the big gallon jugs of apple pie. And then we had a big pot, mix them, add some cinnamon sticks,
Yep.
and then boil it all together, boil it, mix it, and then we'd redistribute it in the gallon jugs, and then we'd be walking around with like solo cups. Like, hey, you want some apple pie?
There you go.
So that was what we would do. And I distinctly remember this was after the Watchmen movie had come out, and still to this day, Rorschach is my favorite character in the graphic novel and in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot change my mind. So I went as Rorschach. But so here's Rorschach with other friends just handing out like apple pies. Yeah, so that was
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I think when I was that age,
It was also not about well,
it was less about trick or treating. We would just go to the bar and drink.
it was less about trick or treating and more trick or seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Go out to, well, because I never went to the,
In which slutty costume are you?
yeah. See, we would, because I never went to the college, but we would go out to the bars and
Yeah.
just,
Yep.
enjoy the scenery and drink.
Oh yeah, and like when we had the coffee shop, I could watch people like walking from party to party in their costumes.
Oh,
And
yeah. Uh-huh.
sometimes I would feel bad, like, it's cold outside, right? Why are you wearing that? But like, also, thank you. But also, why?
Like,
You're
I
gonna
feel
wake up
bad.
tomorrow with hypothermia. Put something on.
I commend your dedication to the bit, but, ugh,
Girl, you're gonna be sick for like a week.
hope it's worth it.
Hope the D was worth it.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah. So, those are kind of, so like those are, I guess, our nostalgic memories for the week, just kind of
Yeah.
Halloween stuff. Any hot takes? I kind of touched on it briefly, but I don't.
Go for it. I don't have a hot take this week.
That was my only hot take, was the whole like the freaking donors in their fancy
yeah.
pants section going, oh, it's sprinkling. I'm gonna go inside and get another beer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they have that much money. They're gonna be prissy.
Yeah, I know.
They're
Listen, I
mean,
don't mind
again.
giving
Not
them-
not to defend them. Like, you're at a football game. Grow some balls. Sit outside.
Yes.
Like, I get if you want to go in for a second, grab a drink, and then come back out. But
Yeah.
it's
I like literally at one point. Well, so were you observing? Did you watch the game on TV?
I did not.
Okay. So at one point, and I laughed at this because this was how inept the game was on some levels. At one point, we had the shirtless section where a bunch of people like went up into the upper deck and they would like take off their shirts, and they were just doing this for like the rest of the game. And it started with like a little section, and then it grew, and it basically grew to the entire lower section. Like that's a.
oh yeah.
And it's like sprinkling and raining and cold and like blowing wind, and like kudos to these people for their dedication. But meanwhile, in the fancy pants donor section,
Yep.
you got all these freaking people that pay thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars for those seats and for their parking spots and for all this crap. And they're too busy going, excuse me, this rain's too much. I might get my Prada bag wet.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
like, listen, if you want to be so freaking pampered, let's build them a special place where they can be pampered and not give them outside seats. Like, let them have suites. Let them have booze. Let them have all their fancy pants stuff. Let them be in comfort the entire game, and give the seats in good spots. Well, relatively good spots. Their end zone seats are even not that good. If you want to see the game, give them a suite at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And then give them all the free beer they want. And then give those seats, I don't know, to the students.
Yeah.
And then, guess what? Still sell beer to the students that are over 21. You'll make a friggin' killing.
Yeah.
Or at least the ones that have the IDs that say they're over 21.
Yeah. Just build. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's not really much of a hot take, but it's also my other hot take is, hey, when you say that something shipped, let's actually ship it. October 21st, a shipment from Orpner is on the way. That was the 21st of October.
I've been noticing that their definition of shipped has, because I'll watch, like, especially if you buy something on, like, if it's a third-party purchase on Amazon or you buy something from eBay, it'll say shipped, but all that means is that a shipping label has been created.
Printed. Yes.
That's it.
It doesn't mean that things physically, like, left the building.
A lot of the times it'll say, your item is shipped. I'll pull it up. Shipping label created, waiting for it at the actual shipping location.
Yep. It's like waiting from senders, like what my informed delivery or whatever that USPS calls it. So like I was like, this is like I got that on the 21st, and then like this is this afternoon. It's just like it's en route.
Yeah.
Like this was like almost 2 weeks ago. What the crap?
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for giving people, like, some time and space and, like, you know, no one's perfect and all, but, like, for the love of all things, come on.
Yeah. It's very misleading. All it means is a shipping label has been created. And then you have to, like, actually, if you want to know, you actually have to sit there and be like, all right, pull up the whole tracking history and see.
Yep. Exactly.
Because that's the other thing. Because it only notifies you when it's shipped and when it's arrived. So it notifies you when the shipping label is created. Then you never find out when it actually ships.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching it actively. Because you've got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Or you want it and you're impatient and you want it. Yeah. Like this thing, like I was like, what? It's an snap little ring. So it like it connects to the phone.
Okay.
But what's nice about it is it's like a pop socket. It's really meant to hold your phone easier.
Okay.
But it also, in theory, I think I've told you about this. In theory, allows a charge pass through. So it's like, oh, I would really like that because then I don't have to pop off my pop socket when I want to charge my phone. I just put it there. Plus, it also has like some reverse magnetivity, so you could like put it like on your I could put it on like the fridge, right? And if I wanted to record myself dancing for a TikTok, I just put it on something magnetic and dance in front of my phone. You know.
I'll wait for that video to come out.
Yeah, you'll see me doing the floss.
No twerking.
I can't move my butt like that. That makes my butt move in ways that are not natural to it unless I'm just straight up sitting on the throne.
It's fair.
These cheeks don't clap unless there's something moving out of them.
I'm not gonna say anything more to that.
Please don't. But there is something I want to show you because I don't think you know about this.
I think I do know about it.
Oh, so you know about this?
I do. I also know, because I know more than you do probably.
Probably.
That is probably not how it's going to look when it's done. That is probably, so the way the ideas thing works is that the Legos idea thing.
So for reference.
Lego ideas.
This is what? Because we haven't told them what this is.
It's the Power Rangers Megazord.
Yes.
Lego. So the way that ideas works is that anyone and everyone can submit a model idea.
Okay.
And then the community votes on it, and you have to get 10,000 votes or 10,000 supporters.
Yep.
And then it goes into review, and Lego reviews it and decides if they actually want to do it.
Oh.
And then if they say, yes, we're going to do it, then it goes to actual Lego designers.
Masters or whatever
and they tweak it to be
realistic.
Yeah, to be a more better model,
Yeah. Okay.
a more functional or more marketable model. So
Gotcha.
it probably won't look, because and even then, I mean, there's a small chance. Just looking at, I mean, there's a very small chance that the sword itself will become its own
Like
piece.
its own model.
Um, so yeah, the sword might become its own piece, and they'll probably so it'll be close to what it is, but it'll probably change a little bit.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, because they've been people have been trying to get one of those. Well, because they've got the big Voltron one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
So
like I know what. Well, okay, this is Lego ideas, so I can't go there. But like I know one of the I already know the Lego set I'm personally asking for Christmas is gonna be one of the Zelda ones. So like.
oh yeah, they have been branching out on their IPs, which is
Yeah.
good. Because yeah, they got the big Voltron, Zelda, the Game Boy, like
Yeah. All the Minecraft ones, like
yeah,
I already know. I'm lucky. I know the Minecraft set I'm getting for my son for Christmas because he literally saw. He's like, "I want that." I was like, "Would that be something you would like for Christmas?" Yes. Sweet.
done.
Nailed it.
And he's young enough he'll forget.
Yep. Or he won't care.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "I get to make it now." Yay!
So, yeah.
So
That's
it's still so basically what you're saying is this has still got a little bit to go, but
yeah. But it's at this stage, it's for sure
it's
going
going
to
to happen. It's just how
Now-
it will be executed
Yeah.
is
Yep.
up for
It'll get
in
handed.
question.
And that's, I mean, any set that's got the ideas tagged, that's the whole section of, that's the whole theme of, or how that theme works is that people submit those, and then if the community likes it enough, it goes to review, and if Lego thinks they can do it or they like it enough,
They can get the rights, and they
Yeah.
know if they're like, oh, you can make a lot
then
of
it
money
goes
off of this.
to an actual. So once it reaches this
Once
stage,
it reaches this stage, they know they can make money off of it, and they're just like, yep, we'll just figure out how we got to make it now.
so it goes to the designers to figure out, how to actually execute it.
Nice.
So, I mean, there's a chance it'll stay really similar to that. There's also, I mean, they could even go big with it.
I'll say they might expand it and be like, each of these are like one big set, and then you can turn all 5 big sets into the one major set. Or...
I would guess if they go really big with it, they would do it like they did the Voltron one, where it's just a really large set.
Gotcha.
That would be my guess. But yeah,
Nice.
I've seen several, because you can go on the website, you can look to see what there is. You can vote on the ones that you like. You can submit your own. I've seen sets on there that are like children designed them. Like there's nothing to them and they're basic, and it's like, oh, I just want to be cool. But then there's others like that where someone was actually like, all right, I want to make this, and so, and yeah, there's anyone and everyone can submit one, and you can go on there and vote. And yeah.
Truman. That's a cool author name. So yeah, that's cool. Any other news that stuck out to you at all this week, sir?
Not really.
Any news that you can/want to talk about?
Right. There's plenty going on.
There's always news. It's just whether you want to actually talk about it.
Right.
I guess there's, I mean, you're not a baseball guy, if I remember. You are, but you aren't.
Yeah. I mean, my team's not playing in the World Series, so I really don't care.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna look at. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the Bears won again today, so that's a plus. I really don't think there's any other news that I care about. Nope. Nothing worth talking about as far as I can see. Wait, I didn't click trending. I clicked for you.
Let's say there's always something happening in the world. None of it's.
Not very rarely is it good. Although that the name, I'm not gonna say it, but it just makes me laugh. It makes me go, what will happen if I click that one?
Which one? Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we don't really have much else to talk about for news wise. Let me. So if we don't have. Come on. I'm distracted by you. Is there so no, you got no news? Just to be clear, we got nothing left to talk about news wise, right? All right. So then I guess then we could just say in the words of the modern philosopher Semisonic, it is closing time.
It's closing time.
You mentioned it. You said your schedule's gonna be a little weird this week, so let's.
Yeah, I'm still working on getting a consistent schedule going, and I'm still working on putting the final touches on the channel. So the best way to figure out when my streams are happening is to just follow. And wait for a notification.
Anything else you want to plug?
That's pretty much it. I mean,
yeah,
I don't have any other plugs.
You don't got any other plugs for your butt or anything like that?
No.
I mean, really, that's about the only plug I got. Is like, Twitch. I should be back on Thursday this week. I think I'm hopefully gonna try to finish Silent Hill F. I think is my hope. Because I would really like to just get that done.
Yeah.
I hear it's actually got some decent replayability, so who knows? But like, yeah, I want to beat that. So I'm hopefully gonna try to beat that this week on Twitch, but we'll see if that happens or not. Yeah, so that will be my Thursday from 7 to 10-ish p.m. Like, I depending on where I'm at with work at that point in the week, we'll kind of see. But yeah. It might be a little extra long just to, if I think we're close to the end, which at this point I'm like 10-ish hours in, so I should be getting probably close. At least close enough where I might be able to pull it off in a stream. So that's that. I guess chat shout outs. I mean, just thinking of Twitch stuff from around the week. I can, give the chat shout outs to you for the raid on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we can both thank just the Mr. Tip, the Austin D1065 or
1024.
1024. I'm terrible with numbers. I see Austin being okay, cool, and then as soon as I see numbers, my brain goes, I got the important part done. But so we got Austin B and just the Mr. Tip, and and you to thank for the raid on Wednesday, and that I got to do those chat shout outs.
Yeah, I mean the same shout outs. Because I was streaming with them, so
they were doing the Phasmophobia trophy hunting. You did get your trophy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We did finish that in that stream.
Nice.
I believe. Yeah, pretty sure. So, yep. Now just wait for the new map, and then probably a Christmas event, I would imagine.
Nice. And I was, I was really to be fair, he did Phasmophobia, and it turned out perfect because Silent Hill left. But we do still got to do Amanda the Adventurer too.
Yes, we do.
And especially if 3 comes out this week.
Yeah.
We might just have to find a weekend.
Yeah.
To do some Amanda the Adventurer.
Maybe this coming weekend.
We'll
or maybe not.
See, I have family stuff on Saturday during the day, so probably not. Maybe 2 weeks from today we could.
Yeah, maybe
2 weekends from now we can make a Amanda the Adventurer marathon kind of dealio.
Yeah.
We'll see. That literally an idea that just came to me on the spot. So no promises.
Yeah.
But also Maybe.
Yeah.
And if you had any more chat shout-outs to think about? Because we covered everyone.
Yeah.
Just missed. Yep, I listen. Sometimes I can say that username without giggling a little bit, but sometimes I can't. And right now is one of those times. So yeah, we don't have any more chat shout-outs.
Yeah. Future topics. Is there anything else? If there's anything you want us to discuss, want our opinions on,
Maybe you agree with, here's an idea for all of you. If you're this far into the video, whether you're watching it, whether you're rewatching the VOD or you're watching the Let's Play edition of this one, if you are this far in the video, what you can do is you can leave in the comments your favorite nostalgic moment from Halloween.
Yeah.
Because that's something I'd be curious to hear about, because I'm sure we all grew up a little bit differently with our beggars night experiences. Maybe we had families that didn't give two tosses about Halloween.
Yeah.
Let us know. We'd like to hear it. And like you mentioned, if there's anything we missed or anything you guys want us to talk about in the future, let us know as well.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, you could also, like this video. It does help push it in the algorithm, literally. It tells us that, hey, you appreciate this, and two, it tells YouTube that maybe other people would appreciate it. And then while you're doing things that the algorithm would appreciate, you know what else you can do?
You're gonna run out of ways to do this.
Earplugs, sir. Subscribe.
Don't quit your day job. Stick to drums. So with that,
we're gonna go do what we do.
you go do you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Well, technically, next time will be Tuesday for you.
Probably, hopefully.
Hopefully Tuesday on Twitch. Again, follow him. You'll know me Thursday. And then we'll be back here, maybe in person, maybe digitally, with more of this wonderful podcast here.